This is one quote that I really, really like in the season of starting something new, or just anything, when it's reading or going to the gym or starting a new project. I forgot where I got it from, but the quote is essentially day one or one day. Everything around you is created. One thing I would say is that sometimes the greatest advice that you can give is the advice that you would give yourself. If you've seen the first YouTube video on this channel, one thing that I said, or the main quote was like, sometimes you've got to pick up the camera and record. And that was a huge thing that I had because I've been talking about starting a YouTube channel for a minute. And a couple months later, I'm just recording the second video. So I think moving forward, I should probably take my own advice a little bit more. And as a creator, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I think I definitely got caught in the whole starting. And I think the consistency was definitely kind of like lost. And that's something that I'm trying to get back into. I definitely think that taking a break as a creator is definitely important. And I've learned a lot and I've done a lot through this break to where I can be able to move forward. And I'm very happy with the work that I've been doing. So that's one thing that I would say is something that I'm very proud of. Sometimes you plan so much that the act of creating content is just not something that you really see throughout. I feel like a lot of people say they're going to do things and they don't really do them. And I was certain that I wouldn't become one of those people. And I've kind of drifted to that. And I really don't like that. So I guess that's just something that I'm trying to change. Not that I haven't been creating, not that I haven't been doing things. The first year that I've started picking up a camera and started, reaching out to people in my community, I think I've done a lot of growth and I'm really proud of that. And there's just been a lot of projects that I've been doing. Every creator needs a break. Every creator needs a time to whatever medium or kind of style that you do. I think everyone needs that time to just figure out what they're doing, figure out what the purpose is towards what their work, figure out what it means to be an artist. I feel like that just needs to happen. And even as I'm in school, I'm about to do my second year at MassArt. I think I'm just going to continue to do that, to continue to learn. And this is not something that's just going to, I'm not going to have a gallery overnight. I'm not going to hit 1,000 subs overnight, but it's just a consistency. And that's something that I just have to continue to nag at as an artist. And I feel like that's important. I feel like that's important message. I feel like that's really real. This video is not going to be as cinematic as the first one. Things are not going to be as perfect as the last one. So this is just me chopping it up, being real, picking up the camera, recording in my city in this horrible, horrible weather. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. I don't feel great. I don't feel like I look the best, but this is just what's part of it. Nothing's perfect. And I just kind of embrace that as a creator. And I think that's just been the message. So during my break from the channel and just not necessarily creating, but in terms of just like what I've been kind of up to since I wasn't uploading videos, I think the most prominent one was having to, being able to work as a photographer at the NBA Finals. Shout out Josella James if she sees this, but it was really, really cool to be in that new environment with professionals. I think it was really, really dope. I'm going to show some portraits right now on the screen. It was really, really awesome. I'm not one to do a lot of portrait work, but with the portrait work that I've been able to do, it's just been super, super fun and that's definitely some of my best work. So shout out Josella, shout out Artist Live. Being able to work in that professional environment was definitely very humbling, and I learned so much from that as a photographer, as a creator, as making art for someone else besides myself, but being able to put my artistic vision into those pieces. I think those are really, really, they've just been really, really awesome and then really, really dope to create. All those works you could be able to see my Instagram links and stuff like that will be in the description, and I'll also put Josella's channel in the description as well. But yeah, just being able to being able to be in the finals as well, like that was just awesome. I got a picture of Jaylen Brown. I got a picture of just me on the balcony courtside. It was just awesome being able to see and being able to be there as a photographer too. Like a lot of people weren't. Being able to be there was just awesome. I would just say that. And yeah, it was just a really, really dope experience overall. I wish the only regret I really had is just like recording more of the content. I think I was just so locked into doing a good job. And I ended up doing a couple more shoots with Josella after the finals as well for the 4th of July and all that. So definitely like an experience, something I'll probably do a video on later, because I think also on the business side of things I learned a lot, but that's a whole nother story for another time. Branching out my network is also something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I think it's more about just increasing followers and views, but just knowing a lot more people. Boston has definitely been on the rise in terms of creators, especially like photography and especially music. Very underrated, because I feel like a lot of people in this area, or a lot of states in this area, is overshadowed by New York. That's just kind of what it is. I think New York is, when you think of Northeast and you think of just music and culture, you definitely just think of New York. I think New York kind of overshadows a lot of the creatives in Massachusetts, a lot of the creatives in Rhode Island, a lot of the creators in CT. And that's definitely something that's becoming less and less. I think Boston's definitely been in the conversation in a lot of music. Shout out the Go Getters brand. I've been working a lot with them, did a couple photo shoots at this awesome photo studio in South Boston. Really definitely hoping to do some more portrait work there. But just, again, another opportunity to kind of work on my craft. I did post a couple reels on my Instagram, I think there's one reel up there. Just working with clothing brands, trying to figure out how to put my vision and also the clothing brand's vision as well into that work. I think that's something I'm very proud of. I really like how those portraits came out. And yeah, that was also just an awesome experience, just to work with like other creatives. I think that's something in my career that I definitely want to do, something that I'm definitely looking forward to doing. And I think it was awesome. Another one of those things where I wish the documentation, I wish was better on my part. I feel like I should have recorded more of it, but I think a lot of these experiences of working with other creatives I've been learning is really just like, I do it and then I learn from it. Like, all right, cool, what gear should I brought next time? How could I be more prepared? What are the things I could say to learn more about this creative and like what's their vision? Like, a lot of it is like vision and more communication with the artist rather than the actual creating itself. And I think that's something I've been learning about, either when it's portrait work or working with other brands. Looking forward, I'm just going to try to be more consistent, try to create more content. I'm definitely going to make this YouTube is just going to be more of like a passive thing for me, and a way for me just to practice my cinematography, to practice video creation and stuff. A lot of my content is going to be on Instagram, and just continuing just to build a network. I don't know what really I want this kind of like channel to be, but I think just the whole matter of picking up the camera and recording is something that I just need to just keep doing. And I had no script for this video, no special effects, no set role plan. I just was sitting around and I was like, I should probably record something just to get into the habit of doing it. So taking my advice, I guess, and not being afraid of what looks right, what doesn't, and just recording and continuing to be better. I think that's a lesson that we could all take as creatives. So a lot more to come on the way. Stay tuned for everything. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you want to see more of my work, it will be on my Instagram, my portfolio and Instagram down in the description below. And let's just see where this takes us. Thank you.